Let the hacking begin. This isn't going to be easy. Just got to the first firewall and passed it. Just one more to go, and we're into the mainframe. Wait. You didn't think this is how it really works, did you? Well, maybe in Hollywood it does, but in real life, it is not so simple. Hackers in real life aren't just one guy hacking into the mainframe, but oftentimes it is multiple people or even bots doing the work for them. With that being known, let's look at some common cyber attacks on the supply chain. The first of these is the man-in-the-middle attack, or the MITM. Man-in-the-middle attacks are when the attacker intercepts communication between a user and an application. The attacker will either pose as the application receiving the information, or will steal the information as it's being transmitted. The hacker will do this to steal information like bank account numbers or addresses. A common way attackers achieve this is by waiting for victims to log on to unprotected public Wi-Fi networks and then begin stealing or changing info. The next type of attack is the denial of service, or the DDoS. A DDoS attack is when a server is overwhelmed by so much traffic from multiple sources that it causes the network to be unusable. This is usually achieved by an attacker setting up bots that they program to overwhelm these servers. The third type of attack is phishing. And no, it's not the type that you're thinking of. Phishing occurs when a malicious entity sends you an email or text message with a link in hopes that you will click the link. These links are bad because they contain malware. And I'm sorry I'm the one that has to tell you this. There is no prince that is going to give you his entire fortune if you send him $1,000. So don't fall for it. But you're probably thinking, what is malware? Well, I'll tell you. Malware is software specifically designed to disrupt, damage, or gain access to one's computer. When malware is successfully uploaded to your computer, it could be a number of things. The first type of malware is ransomware. Ransomware encrypts computer files and demands a ransom be paid for the user of the computer to regain access. Once the ransom is paid, the user is usually sent a password to unlock their files. The next type of malware is adware. Adware is probably the most annoying of all malware. This leads to a constant stream of pop-up ads that never seem to end. The next type of malware is worms. Worms are a type of virus that self-replicates once it is in your system. They don't require human action to spread, and they find vulnerabilities in your network that can be exploited. The last type of malware is Trojans. Probably one of the most dangerous types of malware. Just like the Trojan horse in Greek mythology, the Trojan disguises itself as a normal program you are trying to download. It then tracks your activity on your computer and waits for sensitive information to be presented, or can take control of your entire computer altogether. So you're probably wondering, how does this affect me? Well, here's how. The first way is higher item prices in stores. When companies face attacks, there are usually many complications that can be costly to fix. This could be to find new vendors, replace systems that were affected, or even pay ransoms to gain back access. Whenever companies incur these costs, they are more than likely to trickle down to the consumer. The next way this affects you is item delays or unavailability. Depending on the severity of the attack, companies' delivery and manufacturing systems can be severely affected. If this happens, then companies will not be able to manufacture and ship their products to stores. This could cause the items that you order to be late or not arrive at all. The third way this could affect you is your data that could be at risk. Informations like names, addresses, or banking information could be at risk in the case of a company data breach. This information could be used for financial fraud or identity theft by the one facilitating the attack. The last way this could affect you is disruption of daily life. Certain attacks can cause outages to electricity and water, or shortages of gasoline. This would affect things like gas prices and public transportation. Many people who utilize cars and public transportation for their daily lives would be heavily affected. So what is being done to protect the supply chain? Well, the first instance is employee training. Human error is the number one cause of security breaches. Online modules and classroom training is used to train employees into how to avoid scams and viruses. Awareness of these scams and how to avoid them is the most important thing. The next way is multi-factor authentication, or MFA. MFA is a cybersecurity measure used to provide extra layers of protection when accessing sensitive information. The user signing in must provide 3 layers of identification. First is a password of their choosing, followed by a mobile authenticator. Think of what Duo Push is. And finally, their fingerprint. This is the most effective way to secure information. Lastly is network encryption. Networks are encrypted by converting readable info called plain text into a format that needs an encryption key to decipher called ciphertext. This is achieved by using encryption protocols. VPNs, or virtual private networks, are used to secure information transmitted over these public networks. Now that you know how the supply chain is being protected, I hope you learned a lot. Thanks for watching.